Okay, so I always been a believer of media, and we have a different style of media here, and I don't really know what's going on. We're going to find out.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good. How are you, Tara?
Fine. And what's your name?
Sarah Hubley.
And you are?
I am the coordinator for the Voice Print Fredericton office.
Okay. Now, what is Voice Print?
Voice Print is an audio news service, and we're all about making media accessible, or the printed word accessible to those who can't access it for any number of reasons. So what we do here, and you've been in our studios downstairs, is we take full text articles from newspapers and magazines, and we actually have volunteers come in and read them verbatim and put them into news formats, like a half-an-hour news show or a half-an-hour arts and entertainment show. Whatever's been published in the paper or the magazine that someone may be interested in having access to, and they can't, say they have low vision or no vision. They might have low literacy. They could be just getting older and their vision is deteriorating.
How many volunteers?
In this office there are about 30, but we
Wow.
have over 800 across the whole country because we are a national organization.
Really?
We'd be nowhere without our volunteers.
My God, you're trying to tell me there's a lot of people that have too much time on their hands, like me?
Some people are retired, looking for things to do in their spare time. Other people, most of the volunteers we have volunteer with several other organizations, so they're just community-minded. Some people are students, perhaps up at St. Thomas University or the school's looking for some media experience, because you do learn how to record and produce your own audio content here. We train you how to do that. So they come from all walks of life.
And what news are we talking about?
Well, out of this office we cover some Atlantic regional issues, but we mainly focus on New Brunswick and Prince Edward Island. So we do 3 times a week a half-an-hour provincial news roundup for New Brunswick.
Where do you get your news? You don't have reporters going...
No. Well, because we do read the articles verbatim, what we have are copyright agreements with the publications.
Of what?
We use Transcontinental Media papers.
You mean you don't use no Irving paper?
Oh yes, we use them too.
Right, I had to blow the interview.
You be sweet. Yeah. We use, nationwide we have over 600 publications, and we're always looking for more. So for the New Brunswick News, for example, we may use the Sackville Tribune Post, all of the Irving papers, articles that have an Atlantic focus from perhaps the Globe and Mail, the National Post.
What about bloggers?
If it's in print and you give us permission to read it, we will read it if it fits into the newscast.
If it fit, I don't believe fascism will be fit too much in your newscast.
Well, we do make a point of actually reading opinion pieces too. That's a big part of print media that you don't necessarily find in your 2-minute news blurb on the radio. So it's mandatory in all of our newscasts that we do a commentary or a column or an opinion piece. So not only are we keeping people informed about what's being printed, but how other people feel about the stories that are happening.
Really?
So that's a diverse way to do it.
Do you have a media pass for the Ledge, or?
I don't have a media pass for the Ledge myself. I've had a tour. One of our former readers, Erin O'Halloran, works over there. When I first came to town, she was very generous and gave me a nice tour of the Ledge. And most of my days are taken up training volunteers and auditioning them. Our rigorous half-hour audition process. I would recommend anybody give it a shot if they've got a inner broadcaster they're looking to release. It's quick and painless. But mostly my days are in the house here, editing the shows and making sure they get up on time.
And how do you get to your site?
Oh, well, you could go to www.voiceprintcanada.com. If you don't have a computer, if you have an older television, you can tune in on CBC News World on Channel 14 here in New Brunswick. Across the country, wherever you can get CBC News World, you can hear Voice Print on the secondary audio version of your channel. Now every channel, and I didn't know this until I was a volunteer with Voice Print in Halifax a few years back, every channel can be split into 2, so you see what's being aired. But you can also, if you press a little button on your remote, I don't know if you've ever rolled over on your remote and the word SAP comes up. Your television is not insulting you. It's actually a second version of that channel. So you can hear that channel in addition to seeing it. And what you hear will be Voice Print. Or, if you have digital cable, You can access us on Alliant, Bell Express View, Rogers,
Really?
Eastlink, and all of that information is certainly available on the website depending on which cable provider you have.
Okay, this is part one.